What is going on, guys? I am Jaye the Black here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I really do appreciate it. You know, this is going to be another example of why you can't turn a thizzite into a housewife, okay? And we're discussing Kim K because apparently, even though Kim K is pushing 40, she still wants to dress the way that she's been dressing, just basically being the queen of attention seeking. And Kanye, because he has fully converted and embraced Christianity, been saved, he's been bringing in some, morals into the relationship that Kim Kardashian doesn't like. He also doesn't want his daughter Northwest wearing makeup. And I understand that because the girl is still a kid, Now, the thing about Kim, and I think I said this, Kim is along for the ride because Kim is like a lot of females. They like a guy who can keep their interest. They like a guy who's not boring. They're cool with him being dysfunctional. Okay? They're cool with him being dysfunctional. They're cool with him, wilding out, acting crazy. As long as she's entertained, as long as she's not bored, she's good with that. But since you have Kanye West, who is saved and sanctified, and he is now a part of God's army, okay, in pushing the word in his Sunday services and in his latest album. Here you got Kim, who at first was cool with it, right? But I think that to her, she might have thought it was a gimmick. She might have thought that it was just something to basically give the new album a sort of a tone, because Kanye does this with a lot of his albums. Every album sets his own tone, It represents where he is in his life, right? And she probably thought that after a while it would go away. He would go back to being Kanye that she's been with, who lets her do whatever she wants to. And it has not happened. And because Kanye is actually implementing the things, the ideas that he is now embracing, him being, basically a born again Christian again, she's not cool with that. And according to this Radar Online article and some other places, she's not happy. She's not happy. She's not happy because how dare he bring morals into that relationship? It reminds me of where we are today, man. We are in a situation where women don't want to have to do with any type of accountability for their actions and their behaviors, right? They expect men to accept them for all their flaws, which is fine. But you have to understand, if you are married, if you are a married woman and you're with a man who critiques the fact that, you're pushing 40, you have multiple children now, at some point you should tone it down. I'm quite sure that Kanye is not telling her she needs to walk outside, dressed, from head to toe covered up. But if you're still putting up thirst traps, if you're still showing your assets, on top of that, you claim to be studying to be a lawyer, but you still engage in the same behaviors, people are going to see you as a hypocrite. And I think that she thought that this was a gimmick. She thought that Kanye would go back to being himself and that this would be, something that's like a fleeting moment. It would come and go, right? But what she doesn't understand, I think she understands it now. But what she doesn't understand is that most men, who are like most men, for the most part, who are leaders, men who have morals themselves, they're going to want their wives to, or girlfriends, to basically be more feminine, but also be more self-aware of how you dress, how you speak, how you act, because you are a mother and you are a wife. When are you going to retire from the attention seeking? When are you going to tone it down? Are you not going to tone it down? Are you going to be pushing 50 and still doing the same thing? I mean, there's women on social media who are pushing 50 who are still looking to thirst trap guys, right? At some point, you got to tone it down. When you going to tone it down? That's what we're looking to find out. When are you going to tone it down? You're going to have to tone it down eventually. And I think that because she built her brand off of her body, her enhanced body, that she feels like she has to continue to do that. You know, I looked her up before going live to post this, to record this. I see that she's worth almost 400 million, but you still feel the need to compete with women who are seeking to be where you're at. That says a lot, you know? And I understand that she don't want to lose her appeal when it comes to men. She still wants to feel good about herself, which is fine. But why did you get married if you're constantly looking for validation from other men? It's just like with Ayesha Curry. Ayesha Curry will basically say that, you know, she's happy in her marriage. She's happy being a mom. She's happy where she is, but she still wants men to approach her. She still wants men to tell her how attractive she is. Why does that even matter? Why would that even matter if other people find you attractive? You should only care about what your husband thinks. I could see if it's a situation where you're saying that your husband is not paying attention to you, he's not complimenting you, but no, you want the validation of other people. And I think that's where Kim is. Kim is in a situation where she still wants men to be leaving her thirsty comments. She wants men to still see her in the same way they have for the past 10, 15 years, whether she's had enhancements or not, you know. But again, men's interests are going to change. Your interests should change to you only seeking to make yourself feel good. You shouldn't have to worry about people on Instagram seeing you the same way, you know. But that's where we are. We are in a situation where you have women, okay, who for the most part live vicariously through her, but also you have women who emulate her because they think that's how they're going to build their brand. It may work for some, but for most of them, it really doesn't. This is why they get OnlyFans accounts and get, Patreons where they can, do whatever for whatever attention they're trying to get, right? So I just want people to understand, man, like when you seek to marry somebody, when you want to be a wife and a mother and have a family, you're going to have to give up something. If Kanye has to give up, his bachelor lifestyle, being flirtatious with other women in order to be in that relationship, maybe give up certain habits, you should do the same. You can't just be married and act single. I think we have a lot of women, unfortunately, who want to be married and single at the same time. They want to be married and single at the same time, instead of them just saying, you know what, I'm happy where I'm at with who I'm with. As long as they find me attractive, that's all I need. But it's never enough. This woman is worth almost 400 million. She's been married 3 times. But she still wants to be competing with younger women. She still wants to be known as one of the top symbols of beauty out there. And she doesn't want Kanye to hold her accountable. She doesn't want Kanye to have morals in that relationship because she doesn't have morals. Kim K, for the good she's done as far as helping people in the justice system, I still think that she wants to be held to a different standard. I think she got used to, basically being looked at like a piece of meat. And I know you have females that they will, they don't like to be treated like a piece of meat. But then you got women who want to be treated like that. And, and they want to be held up as just known for their assets. Kim is that person. She doesn't mind being in front of a camera. There's other women too, but understand this. If you're married to a guy that's saying, you know what, I want to change some things. We're getting older. Maybe we should change some things. And you resent it. You want to leave the relationship now when you've been with Kanye for as long as y'all have, all because he says that you should dress a little bit differently. You should stop posting certain pictures. Your daughter shouldn't be wearing makeup. Doesn't make any sense. But what does make sense these days? Seriously, what does make sense these days? You got women, man, who don't have any leadership whatsoever. They don't know what it's like to have direction in a relationship. They don't know what it's like to have a man speak to them in a manner that is not, thirsty or simpish. The man is being very stern, and he has convictions, and he feels like you should be different, that you shouldn't try to be like these other chicks, especially when you've reached 40. Kim is very close to it. She's 39. Some things you're just gonna have to change. Like if you are a dude, right, and when you're in your early 20s, you probably dressed a certain type of way. You may want it to drive a certain type of car, date a certain type of chick, but once you get to your mid 30s to late 30s, you want to switch up. You're not wearing the same type of clothes. You're dressing differently. You're acting differently. Your whole outlook on life, hopefully by then, is different. But if you still have the same mindset, you're going to always take steps back. You're not going to take steps forward. You're going to take steps back. And the fact that Kim K is ready to leave the marriage that she is in because Kanye is bringing morals to the relationship and to the family that you want to have says a whole lot about her and why the fact that most modern day females are not worth wifing up.